Hello there. Welcome again to another episode. Sorry, I've been very busy. Lots going on at the moment, and we're in our first week in October. So as you can see, the weather's changing. It has been quite nice and sunny, but obviously today has been raining. Nights are drawing in as well, and we're coming to the better end of the year. In some cases, better. In some cases, bitter. Anyway, the reason I decided to continue is because I still want to share my message. Lots happened since my other videos. Took a bit of a break. I just want to talk about investing in yourself. Now, investing in yourself means that using um, techniques and strategies to become a better version of yourself. Now, when I go to networking events or attend workshops or meet other successful people in any sphere of life, the one thing that do they're always learning. They are always wanting to find out more. They're always curious. They retain a childlike curiosity. They have to know. They want to know. And this is one of the skills that you need now. I think the skill is even not just as a side um, thing. I think you need it as a necessity now because things are changing so fast. I mean, we've got social media, we've got the internet is developing, you've got um, artificial intelligence coming through, you've got cryptocurrency, blockchain, things that you learn maybe 12 months ago, you probably need to update. And if you want to be in the top 5% or even 1% of your field, whether you're in a career working for someone and want to go up the career ladder, or you have your own business and you want to grow your business, or you're an experienced entrepreneur, you need to invest in yourself. Now that means you need to invest in what's called self-education. I've been doing that for a number of years, and I found it very valuable, especially talking to other people. I'm not any smarter than anyone else. I'm not faster or bigger or stronger. I just like to learn more. I need to know. I need to know if it's a new industry. I want to know everything about it, and I look into that industry and say to myself, "This is very interesting. This is a growing industry." Like recently, I did something totally that I usually wouldn't look into. I did a course on fixing mobile phones, which I found really interesting. And it's also outside my comfort zone because I'm more into the areas of personal development, where such areas as entrepreneurship in a conventional point of view. But the thing is, I quite enjoyed it, and I'm going back to do some more. And I'm looking at I can then fix phones, not just for myself, for friends and family, and maybe even use that as a business skill. It's a skill that you can develop, and the skill doesn't have to be just for business. You could do it to personal development. You could learn a foreign language. You could increase your memory. You could do speed reading. You could do a pottery course or a cookery course if you want to. The fact is that you need to have a project. Human beings, whether you agree with this comment or not, are goal directed, right? If you don't have any goals, you don't have any projects, then all you're going to do is sit on the sofa. I know it sounds a bit ironic because I'm sitting on the sofa. I'm watching TV all day. You can't do that. The brain is there to learn. The mind is there to learn. The brain's always growing. Later on, in my previous videos, I talked about the conscious and subconscious mind. Your conscious mind, you're always learning. It's always growing. You need to feed it. You need to feed it like you feed yourself food. You need to be curious. You need to have interesting conversations with people. In fact, if you're going to work, take a different route for a change. Hopefully, it's a safe route, but take a different route. Um, take the if you're wanting to exercise or you don't exercise enough, then stop. If you're going by bus, stop at a bus stop about 20 minutes away. If you live in a block of flats like I do, take the stairs instead of the escalator. Little things, little disciplines that you need to put into your lifestyle. If you want to become financially free or financially independent, there is a book I recommend called The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. It's in the sphere of the other classics like How to Win Friends and Influence People, Power of Positive Thinking, Unlimited Power, and obviously the granddaddy of all Think and Grow Rich. What I would suggest you do is, if you're finding it difficult um, managing your money, just start with saving 1% of your income a month, and then increase that to 5, and then increase that to 10. And when something happens, maybe, I don't know, the kids need new clothes, or the TV breaks down, or the washing machine breaks down, like I did. I had to buy a new fridge freezer, broke down. I had those savings that I could use that money, so I didn't have to dip into or work extra hours to get that. The other thing I would suggest is and I'll talk more about this in the next session, is do what's called a side hustle. Set up, maybe do a small side business that you enjoy, you're passionate about. Take up a hobby. Do something. You know, Confucius says there's three things that you need in this world to be happy. That is something to do, someone to love, and something to look forward to. Most people don't have something to look forward to. Therefore, they're stuck in a rut, and they just seem to go into a vicious circle, or they just dream and dream and dream. You do not want to go to the grave with your music still in you. Trust me, you're better than this. You can change your life. I saw a post by a really successful coach the other day, and someone commented and said, um, "No, but people have to do these jobs because that's reality." And I wanted to comment on that, and I had to bite my tongue because, to a certain extent, he has a point. But the thing is, there is always a choice, right? You determine your life, not someone else, not your parents, not your siblings, not your spouse, not your children, not your boss, not the government. You need to take responsibility. I'll talk about this. I know this is a bit of a mix up because this is how I share my message. And I will look to increase that. And like I said, if anyone wants to contact me and wants a free consultation, I'm happy to do that because I want to share my knowledge that someone shared with me. Now, I'm not the total, you know, I'm a work in progress like everyone is. We all have our faults and weaknesses, but what you do is you develop your strengths and you find out what the weaknesses are, but you work on your strengths, and then you build those weaknesses in, or you build a team around you. You know, if you're an entrepreneur and you're starting your own new business, and it's just you doing everything, you may find that you've got not enough time in the day, and especially if you've got a wife and family that you've got to spend time with. But what you're going to do is you're going to, especially if you're working from home, you're going to have to take sections. You know, you're going to have to manage your time. There's an excellent book on that, again, called by Brian Tracy, called Eat the Frog. And the other two books that I would, if you're finding that circumstances are overwhelming you, whereas you're always firefighting, you know, or running around like a headless chicken, is a book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy and The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. You need to invest in yourself because at the end of the day, right, you are going to be living with yourself to the day that you die. And I know that sounds morbid, but you are you. You are unique. All right, there's no one else in the world like you, and a lot of people suffer from lack of self-esteem and lack of self-confidence. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do what I do? Start a YouTube channel, and don't worry about the views. Just do it. Get yourself out of the comfort zone. Go to events. Speak on stage. People might not know who you might, but they might relate to you. You may just be a normal person. I'm a normal person, but what I do is I try and find out who the extraordinary people is. Change your peer group. Now, I know it's not always you can't change your family, and I understand that. You know, I'm close to my family as well. And you can't even change your friends. But if you're finding your friends are always saying to you, "Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that. What do you want to do that for? Oh, come on, man. Just stay." They're not doing that to really hurt you. They're doing that because they don't want you to change. But the thing is, life is change. You can't stop it. We've only been here a few thousand years, maybe 10,000 years. The earth doesn't belong to us. The dinosaurs had their time, they've been extinct. The mammals came along. They've been like the mammoth period, the Neanderthal man. The earth goes in things. You are here, right? Being born and dying, probably as morbid as it sounds, are the easiest thing. You've got to work out that in the middle. And remember, I got this from a really important lady. I want to say thank you to Linda. A very eye-opening workshop. If you want to contact Linda Sage, she knows everything about mindset, and she even challenged me on my presumptions and beliefs. And at first, I got defensive, but then I thought, you know what, she's right. You know, people who get defensive, they don't want to listen to the people who think they know it all. If you know it all, then your life would be perfect. But people who don't know it all, their lives are still better than ours. Why is that? Because they take on board what people say. Now, I'm not saying you listen to everyone. You take parts from everyone, and then you take your own counsel and listen to your um, gut feeling. I have to say, women are a lot better than this. I know I'm going to get grief for this, but they tend to listen to their intuition a lot more than men do. Our egos come in, and an ego is the thing that's going to stop you more than anything else. Fear and ego. I'm telling you, I know from personal experience. All I'm saying is if you invest in yourself and if you invest in your future, it will pay you dividends. If you don't want to do that, that's fine, but you can't then keep on complaining and whining and moaning because if you want to do that, that's all you're going to attract. And trust me, I'm talking from experience because before the thing that happened to me, my health condition, I used to complain all the time. I used to blame everyone. Blaming everyone and not taking responsibility means you're a victim. Now, if you've had a traumatic experience, I can understand that. But most people just want to make excuses. Now, I know this is hard hitting, but this is the way it is. You can either make excuses or you can be successful. You can't do both. Your mind won't allow it to. And if you ask better questions, you'll get better answers. Now, I'll leave you with this because I'm going to do the next video very soon. I'm going to start doing more and more videos. And I even looked at my first video and I got to say that got the most views, but it's because I'm authentic. I am me. This is me. What you see is what you get. I don't try to pretend to be anyone else. And I expect you the same. Don't be someone else. Be yourself. People have to accept you for who you are. If they don't, do you really want to hang around with people like that? Ask yourself that. You wanna rise against a peer group that will force you to grow. Get around successful people, and I don't just mean that in business people. I just mean like I mean, for instance, if you want to go, maybe you want to go to the theatre with the other half. Book it in. Go to the theatre. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you could use that what you see in the theatre to uh, um, develop your skills. Me and my spouse, we make sure that we go somewhere once a month. We make sure that because at the end of the day, when you come to the end of your life, it's going to be the people that are around you that supported you or even didn't support you that are going to be it. Money will come and it will go, but you can't take it with you. You know, you know. Money, as Zig Ziglar says, is as important as oxygen. However, if you're going to be successful and you're going to be financially independent, I'll talk about this in the next level. I do understand that my ones do go on for, but I need to get this message clear to you. You are not a success without fulfillment. I've achieved goals where I've achieved them, I'm happy to achieve them, and I go, "Whoa, is that it?" So you need to have a big enough why. You need to invest in yourself, and you need to keep going. If you want to be successful, and success has different definitions for different people. What is success to you? Not what is success to everyone else. What is success to you? All right. What is success to you? That could be financial. That could be fitness, losing weight. That could be re-engaging with your children. That could be taking your spouse out. That could be contacting an old friend. That could be starting a business. It could be anything. I don't know. It's very general, but you need to bring it down and be so specific. Look, I just want to let you know that these are now going to be a bit more hard hitting because I need to get the message out there. Now, you can take what I say and you can say, who's this guy just talking and endlessly? But I'm telling you, I've learned from successful entrepreneurs, business people, and other people that deal with a success achievement mindset. And I take what they say on board because I want to learn. Learning is the greatest gift we've been given. We've been given a brain. We've been told, by most people, we only use 1% of the brain. That means 99% is untapped. And even if you use 5%, where could your life go to? Anyway, I'm getting to quite a long time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let you go. If you need to get in connect, I'll start again. Sorry. If you need to connect with me, you can always connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm also on Facebook. I've got Twitter. I will be doing more and more uh, YouTube videos because now I found my big enough why. I found my purpose. That's another thing. Find your purpose. But for now, I'll let you go. Got any questions? By all means, email me at raj024malhotra@gmail.com. Contact me on LinkedIn, or you can contact my mobile number. I should have my website coming through and other things too. Watch this space. See you later.